I know you thought you were going to be a defensive back. What ended up bringing along the change from DB to offense, and how quickly did you feel like you just kind of caught on with everything on the offensive side?
Really, Coach called me and he asked me could I play offense, and I said whatever would help the team is what I'll do. So I just embraced the role of being a wideout instead of a defensive back in college and just ran with it.
Right.
Tyler, along those lines, did you identify yourself as more of a DB coming out? Did you always think of yourself as more of a receiver? I know a lot of guys that play both ways, always like to have the ball in their hands. Did you kind of identify with one side of the ball more than the other?
Yeah, I think I was more of a defensive back, but now just being here and embracing the role as a wide receiver and with the great mentors of Josh Smith, Josh Malone, and Josh Dobbs, just embracing the role as a wide receiver now.
How comfortable do you feel with knowing the entire offense right now? And also, what did it mean to you for Dobbs to go to you in some clutch situations against A&M?
I feel really confident. Like I said, I got great mentors, and they make sure I know all the plays, and I'm always in just trying to get the extra work in, so I know in those times that Josh Dobbs feels confident, and it's an honor that he feels confident to go to me in that situation.
Tyler, just I know you probably had expectations for what the SEC would be like, but now that you're in the middle of this 4-game stretch like you guys have been, just what's it been like as a true freshman to be facing this kind of competition every week with this kind of national attention?
It's kind of crazy just to be put in the fire like that, and it's an honor to be in this situation. I just gotta embrace my role, whatever role they give me, whether it's on special teams or offense, and just be ready to step up into that SEC spotlight and be able to contribute.
So, Patrick?
Tyler, you kind of mentioned being kind of identifying more as a defensive back. How much, you played receiver in high school, but I guess how much did you play it, and how different is it playing at that level, the positions at that level as it is in the SEC?
Yeah, just being a defensive back, so now being able to, I played a little wide receiver, but not as much as I did defensive back in high school. So now being able to play here as a wide receiver is, like I said, it's just an honor. But like with the mentors I have, I think it made it easier to be able to just step into this role and just play in the SEC.
That's Tyler, I can't remember if it was TK or Dobbs earlier who said you got a knack for always making the first guy miss. Do you feel like that's a particular gift? Is that something that you've always had?
I think it's just a gift. I mean, God-given gift to just be able to make the first person miss and get as much yards as I can.
And then following up on your relationship with Larry Scott, how much did that factor into you selecting Tennessee? What was that final month or so like when you were choosing between the Vols and Miami?
Coach Scott definitely played a big role in that, and my brother who plays here, and also just that last month was crazy, and I just trusted my heart and just stuck with Tennessee, and I think it was a great choice.
Tyler, this has been obviously a grind the past month, and now facing a team as physical as Alabama. How do you think you and maybe the rest of the newcomers have been holding up physically? Is it starting to leave a mark on you, or do you feel like y'all are conditioned and okay with this?
I think we're definitely conditioned and okay with this, and we got to be more role players now. Being on special teams, I mean, we have starters now who are on a lot of special teams. I don't think they can play many reps, so as young guys, we got to really step up and give those guys a break on the special teams so we can be better on offense and defense.
And what are your thoughts on Alabama as you've watched some film of them, and obviously everyone knows how they've recruited for years and years now and how much they've won? What do you see from them on film?
That's definitely a very physical team. They're very physically sound on defense, a well-coached team, and I think we just got to come out and we got to execute the way we should, and I think we should be good.
Let's go with Ryan and then Mike.
Tyler, I think Coach Jones mentioned when you were on the ball calls a few weeks ago that you could maybe play both sides of the ball. Has that been discussed at all? Is that something you would be open to doing or would like to do, or how much has that been thrown out there? Is that kind of just a joke you guys throw around sometimes?
I would definitely be open to it. I think right now is really just learning the offense and being really confident in the offense. And I think when I'm really confident in the offense and able to play as fast as I can in the offense, then the defensive side will just come in.
Mike Griffin.
Tyler, I know you were a track star in Florida, obviously a pretty athletic guy, but you came to Tennessee. What guys on the team jumped out at you as far as maybe having some of the same kind of freakish athleticism that you showed in high school and you've shown so far on this team?
I think Evan Berry, of course, he's our kickoff return guru. He can take it to the house at any point in time. Alvin Kamara, and Dobbs, all of them, they're really those guys who they make the first guy miss, and that's why we block 63 and we try and strain our hardest because we never know when they're just going to break multiple tackles and try to go to the house. So it's just our job to play 63.
Jimmy and Patrick and Paul.
What did you know when you were in high school? What did you know about the Tennessee-Alabama rivalry, and what do you know about it now?
I knew about it a little bit. I didn't know how much it actually meant. Of course, my recruiting came late to the University of Tennessee. But now I know the stage of it and how big it is and what it means. So I'm just doing my best this week to be prepared and ready to step into the light.
Patrick.
Tyler, we've asked you all these questions about playing receiver and playing defensive back. Do you miss playing defense at all?
For sure. Being a defensive guy, I definitely miss it, but I'm just here to embrace my role as a wide receiver.
Tyler, was there a moment this season, whether it was a play in a game or in practice, when things just started to click or slow down for you, when you realized, hey, okay, I can do this?
I think that definitely happened in the Florida game. That was, of course, my first SEC game, and being able to just make a few plays, I think that really helped me, and it just clicked, and now to be able to just embrace my role.